Nobody that's a leader would not do what I did. And I know there's a risk, there's a danger, but that's okay. I just left Walter Reed Medical Center. And I learned so much in coronavirus. Don't be afraid of it. You're gonna beat it. We have the best medical equipment. Don't be afraid of it. It felt great, like better than I have in a long time. Don't be afraid of it. I didn't feel so good. Don't be afraid of it. You're gonna beat it. We have the coronavirus. Don't be afraid of it. And now I'm better, and maybe I'm immune. I don't know. Be afraid of it. Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives. Be afraid of it. Don't let that happen. We're the greatest country in the world. Be afraid of it. As your leader, I had to do that. I knew there's danger to it, but I had to do it. But don't let it dominate your lives. Get out there. Be careful. We have the best medicines in the world, and it all happened very shortly, and they're all getting approved, and the vaccines are coming momentarily.
Let's go to the phones at 617-830-4750. Let's see. Let's first go to, you know who's on the phone? Donald Trump is holding on. And last time it was off the rails. And that intrigues me. I'm in an off the rails sort of mood. What's going on?
Number one, I'm in love, and you're in love. We're all in love together.
And when this happens, is this like parents? Is it siblings, cousins? What like generation relative to you is it?
I've said that if Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Hold on. Let's slow down because there's a lot there. Let's really think it through.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Wow.
She made a lot of money as a model, a tremendous amount. And then she went cold turkey and gave it all up because she had to go to college because I wanted her to go to college. Mm-hmm. She goes to the best college. She goes to Wharton. Okay. She's got straight A's.
Let's take a step back. Let's address a couple different things. It ultimately, the answer is really in you in the sense of what do you want your relationship to look like with these family members, right? Because I could give you advice that would smooth things over, but to make you feel
well, I'm not looking for
anything
bad for her. I'm not looking bad for anybody.
Well, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, just work on being a normal person, my friend. I'm going to let you go.
David, you're born a certain way. And does it really change that much?
Okay, I don't believe any of it. That's all the time I have for calls today. Sorry I wasn't able to get to everybody.
Make a truly historic announcement in our battle against the China virus that will save countless lives. Convalescent, strong antibodies from the blood of recovered patients to help treat patients battling a current infection. Convalescent, this is the only possible, and it's only made possible because of Operation Convalescent. Today I'm pleased to make a truly historic announcement in our battle against the China virus that will save countless lives. We provided $48 million to fund the Mayo Clinic study that tested the efficacy of convalescent the virus. Convalescent. This is the only possible, and it's only made possible because of Operation Convalescent Plasma.
All right, everybody, welcome. Wow, what a three-song introduction. Unbelievable from DJ Joseph Woodward there. We are once again finding ourselves on the precipice of a Captain COVID super spreader event coming to a city near you tonight in Des Moines, Iowa, where we have any number of people awaiting the arrival of President Donald Trump. By my best estimates, he departed the White House only 10 minutes late, and thus I'm hoping that this event starts no more than 10 minutes late. Anticipation building. I am going to talk about what we will be seeing tomorrow night, from the standpoint of these two town halls that are now replacing the debate, which has been canceled. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to read messages from you guys via Super Chat and Twitch subscriptions. I have a few mimetic elements for you. I have also some interesting video of Donald Trump from earlier today of really struggling to speak. And so we're going to talk about all of that. I appreciate all of the support from people. Moondog has just subscribed with Prime with the message, I looked into subscribing very strongly. It looks like you came out on the right side of that investigation, which I appreciate. Let's look at some super chats as they come in. Chakaseki wants to know whether I think Lieutenant Lungspurs will set up a kissing booth at the rally to sate his roid-fueled sexual lust for the men and the beautiful women. I believe we will see that. The Flying Scotsman says, by suspending the census early, thereby misrepresenting the population and particularly minorities, is Trump deliberately gerrymandering? Probably, yeah. Hound Dog asks whether I plan on making an electoral map prediction soon. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can put it together right now very quickly and very powerfully, sort of like for the most part where I am, and you'll very quickly see. Let me clear the map. I don't even need any hints. I can just clear it. Hold on, let me see if I can get this right. There we go. So, I mean, listen, Alaska's going red and Hawaii is going blue. Oh my God, there's ads everywhere. Hawaii is going blue. There we go. We'll close that out. The three West Coast states are going blue: Montana red, Idaho red, Utah red, New Mexico blue, Colorado blue, Wyoming's red, the Dakotas are red. Nebraska is more of a complicated situation where I think we will have, I think Nebraska will ultimately look like this. I think Nebraska 2 is going blue. Kansas and Oklahoma red. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about Texas. I think Texas is ultimately going to go red. Maine, I think, will go powerfully blue. I think New Hampshire's done this year. I know sometimes New Hampshire is a swing. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., strongly blue. South Carolina is going red. Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri. Illinois will be blue. Indiana red. Kentucky will be red. West Virginia will be red. Virginia blue. Tennessee red. So now is where it gets in. Oh, I'm sorry. New York. New York is, of course, going blue. So listen, this is ultimately what it comes down to. Now, I know that there's a lot of talk about Georgia maybe going blue. I think we have to assume it goes red, but try to make it blue. Okay. I do think that Minnesota is going blue. Trump's talking about winning Minnesota. I certainly don't see it. So then you've got this stuff. Okay. Now I'm putting Nevada on the blue side. And I think Iowa will ultimately go red. And I do think Arizona is going to go blue. So what do we ultimately have here? We ultimately have these key states, and then you've got Florida and Ohio. Now, here's the interesting thing. Let's imagine that Biden gets North Carolina and Trump gets Ohio. We've now got these three key states and Florida. Now, I said earlier in the week, if Biden doesn't win any of these, if it goes red, 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 it comes down to Florida. If Biden gets Florida, Biden wins. If Trump gets Florida, Trump wins. And there you have it. Okay. Now, going back and removing Florida for a second, if Biden gets any two of these three, or even potentially just Pennsylvania, Trump can get Wisconsin, Michigan, and Florida, and Biden still wins. I think the most dangerous scenario is one where it comes down to Florida. If it's not decided with only Florida outstanding, I think it's a bad night for Joe Biden. But of course, these elections are not completely separate. So in my mind, like if Biden gets Florida, I think he, of course, gets Wisconsin and Michigan, and then it's a blowout. If Biden doesn't get these, or maybe gets only one, but Michigan goes red and Pennsylvania goes red, then Florida going to Trump. Oh, that's actually still a Biden scenario. That's interesting. This is, assuming I'm right about Nevada and Arizona. But listen, what the hell do I know? You know what I mean? But anyway, I did it. Okay. People asked me to do it and I did it. But I will have something a little more definitive for you guys at some point over the next very short period of time. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Joe Marcu says Alpha Tim Pool has very powerfully challenged lefties on Twitter to go on a show to debate. Would you consider it? I saw from his discussions with Hassan Piker and Sam Cedar that he wants it in person. It's like, I'm not getting on a plane to do Tim Pool's show. If he wants me to Skype in, I would think about it. But yeah, I only tangentially heard about that. It is interesting. Daniel Krieger says, I like your escaped convict look. Yeah, I was with the sheriff's department picking up trash on the side of the road earlier. I just kept my uniform on just for kicks. Amy Gray says, David, if Trump wins and you move to Denmark, will you still cover American politics? I will. I will be in Copenhagen. I will be at Fisk Bar, tremendous restaurant. Let me see if it still exists. Fisk Bar, Copenhagen. Do I remember that correctly? Yeah. Imagine going to a restaurant, ladies and gentlemen. This is the place to go in Copenhagen right here. This is an extraordinary place. In fact, when I went, it's hard to tell because of the text, but my girlfriend and I sat right here at this table, and it was just lovely, lovely, lovely place. What did I have? I didn't have the crispy cod skins, although that sounds really good. These are not dollars, by the way. This is Danish kroner. I think I just had fish and chips, to be perfectly frank. If I'm completely frank, I had fish and chips, which was really, really great. Okay, what else do we have going on here? Lily says, do you think Trump will dance tonight? I hope so. Oh, okay, let me get to that. I have video earlier. Donald Trump did not sound good. Listen to this. This does not sound super healthy.
Simply put, it's a choice between a socialist nightmare and the American dream.
That does not sound good. Let's listen to that once more.
Simply put, it's a choice between a socialist nightmare and the American dream.
There it is. And one more.
This administration sold out American workers like never before, and they sold them to donors, special interests, and globalists. And if you take a look, we have probably plenty of them watching right now.
Probably.
I understand where you're coming from, but didn't work out too well with me. We succeeded by reversing.
All right. And then I guess one more.
Instead of corrupt and horrendous trade deals written by lobbyists and special interests, again, some of you, I negotiated pro-American trade deals based on the principles of fairness and reciprocity. Very important. I ended the NAFTA nightmare and signed the brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement into law. I've taken the toughest ever action against China's chronic trade abuses.
Oh my God! All right. I don't think I can do two more. Let's see if there's any. I'll maybe pick one more. Okay, that seems like it's really it. I might cover this tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so anyway, so that was earlier today, and very, very ugly situation there. Halloween. It's Halloween there. Let me say a few thank yous. Boris Chakwani, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, is new member number 1 today. Graham Meacham is new member number 2. And, hold on, Margaret Gayton is new member number 3. Beautiful. I love that. Grab yourself a membership and I will sing your praises. Even if I don't know who you are, I will still sing your praises. I very much appreciate some of the messages coming in over on Twitch. Muchel says, love the content, David. Keep it up. The Freak has subscribed for 8 months on Twitch and says, hey, David P., I have been subbed for 8 months with a 4-month streak. Keep it real, my friend. Appreciate that. Katilia Steele has subscribed and wants me to say, David, say yip yip, I'm a pretty little fox. Oh my God. I hope that doesn't make it into some kind of racist meme. Aaron Nance has subscribed for 13 months with the message, love the plasma. Did you see Trump gave Barron COVID? Yes, I did. I did see that, and it is completely and absolutely toxic. Okay, do people want a meme? Should we look at a meme? Anybody want a meme, or are we not doing fresh memes today? No memes. People don't want memes. Oh my God, that's rare. Usually people are desperate for memes. People want memes. Okay. All right. Here's one I was sent. All right. I think you're going to like this. This is one of our viewers when they want to listen to lo-fi plasma and a woman doesn't want them to, a woman in their life. I don't know who this woman is. All right. Let's take a look at this.
Today, I'm pleased to make a truly historic announcement in our battle against the China virus that will save countless lives. Convalescent, strong antibodies from the blood of recovered.
Oh, that drink spilling on that got his attention when the drink spilled on the window. That was just too much. So anyway, there it is. I actually have no idea where that's from. I assume it was adapted from something else, but very clever, very, very clever. I love it. You can get fresh memes on a daily basis on our subreddit at davidpakman.com/Reddit. We're also on TikTok. You guys want to know something completely insane? I don't know what the hell is happening on TikTok. My little sister understands it. I don't know. I somehow have 16,000 followers on TikTok. I don't know what on earth is going on. Don't even understand it. I don't know what's going on, but TikTok very, very strongly looking. I guess TikTok is still legal. It has not been outlawed yet, which definitely comes as a shock to a lot of people. All right, let me talk about tomorrow night. So originally tomorrow night was going to be debate number 2. It was going to be Joseph R. Biden Jr. versus Donald Mango Trump. And after Trump caught the virus, the Commission on Presidential Debates said, let's do it virtual via Zoom or something like it. So then Donald Trump said, hell no, I'm not doing that. They could just mute me, essentially is what he said. He said something like they can silence you or something like that. So then the decision was made, okay, well, Biden will just get 90 minutes. He'll get a 90-minute town hall. I guess it was going to be a town hall format. So then the presidential debate was just canceled and Joe Biden is getting his own town hall. And then there was a rumor that Trump was going to do a town hall. Now, you would imagine that sensibly, they would not do these town halls at the same time. They would do one and then the other, even on different networks. MSNBC has scheduled a Trump town hall for the exact same time as the Biden town hall. Now, I believe the Biden one is 2 hours, 8 to 10 Eastern, and the Trump one is only 1 hour, 8 to 9. Interesting. Trump claims to be the stamina guy. Somehow Biden's doing 2 hours. Trump's only doing 1. That's a side story. But I think it's ridiculous to do them at the same time. In the end, I don't think it'll really matter electorally. But I am going to be covering them live on YouTube because I am more confident that the live stream won't get, you understand, you all get it, right? I think it's not going to be on YouTube. Twitch, I don't know. I don't know what could happen because these are now not open source debates. These are now network town halls. So we will see. We will see what happens from the standpoint of Twitch. And I am not so sure about Facebook either. But so I think my point is, the point I'm trying to make is I will at minimum, see you on YouTube tomorrow night, probably a half hour before the town halls start. Now, one idea, tell me what you think about this. If indeed the Trump town hall is an hour, I'll do the Trump town hall 8 to 9 and then go to the Biden town hall 9 to 10. How, does that seem fair? What do people think about that? Let's see what people in the chat think about that. I mean, it's an idea. It's an idea. Some people seem to like that. So then it's just an hour of each. Makes sense. Yeah. It seems, I guess that's the benefit of Biden going twice as long as Trump. And, to be perfectly frank, going first to Trump might build the audience more quickly, and then we carry it all over to Biden. So that's the idea, and I will see everybody tomorrow on that. Irene Economou is new member number 4 today at joinpacman.com, taking advantage of the a discount code. Let's see. Oh, Grandmaster Benjamin Feingold is watching on Twitch. Yeah, we are going to do a very strong lesson soon. And I think that with Benjamin Feingold coaching me, my chess rating could conceivably go from 1030 to 1040. I think that he could actually get me up 10 points in a relatively short period of time. So we're going to be announcing that at some point relatively soon, which I think is going to be a great, great thing. People will enjoy it. Fun will be had by all. Let's see what other super chats we have coming in. They are coming in. Darren Dalton says, Deepak, be a Trump lie tracker for the last debate. Okay. Ritalin Stunted Growth says, can you put a link to that DJ? I can't find him, and that music was dank. Yeah, let's see. If people want SoundCloud, Joe Woodward SoundCloud. Let's see. I mean, honestly, if you just Google Joe Woodward SoundCloud, it's the first thing that comes up, and all of the hits are there. So I won't go too into that. Yeah, a user named Edith. I'm going to be careful with this one because I think it's trying to goad me into saying something. A user named Edith says, "Hi, that sweater looks nice on you." It's a t-shirt, actually. It's just a t-shirt. My girlfriends and I think you wear an extra small because you have a tiny, frail frame and chimp long arms. Can you confirm? You know what is unbelievable? I wear a small, not extra small. The chimp long arms thing. Some of you have heard my very strong sales stories from when I worked at Circuit City in high school. I was actually in the top 200 salespeople nationally at Circuit City while in high school, if you can believe it. I had to get my parents' permission to go to the sales excellence dinner in Orlando, Florida. God, I'm glad I'm not in that field anymore. Anyway, one of my good friends and manager at the time, Roman, he immediately identified that my arms are relatively long for my body. And while I was doing sales, I was pitching service plans to people. He would be walking around in the background, kind of like putting his arms down past his kneecaps while I'm trying to sell, he was trying to disturb my numbers, which was crazy because it would count against his bonus. But in any case, he identified that my arms are relatively long, and he would try to distract my warranty sales by walking in the background, pretending to have arms so long that they would almost reach the floor. Okay. Harper says, did you see the meme I made you on Insta? I did not. I don't, so the place to send me things is not Instagram. If I look right now on Instagram, dozens of messages, and it's not a good place to send me anything. So send memes using the website contact form at davidpacman.com. I'm scared about patriotic education. Yeah, I would be scared as well. Jacob says, am I worried about a Trump judicial coup with Amy Coney Barrett on Supreme Court given the hearings? Absolutely. I'm deathly afraid of that. Very, very scary stuff. Danny Thompson says, suburban women, will you please like me? Asks Trump. Not only no, but no way no is what this suburban white boomer, non-college educated evangelical woman, Christian woman, says in reply. Wow. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. It looks like the Trump acolytes are starting to stir and get a little bit wound up, which suggests to me Donald Trump may be close to landing. My estimate was that Trump left the White House about 10 minutes later than scheduled, so hopefully this will be not more than a 10-minute delay. Judging from Donald Trump's voice earlier, I don't know if we're going to get a very long speech from Trump. If you missed it, this was Donald Trump earlier.
Horrendous trade deals written by lobbyists and special interests. Again, some of you. I negotiated pro-American trade deals based on the principles of fairness and reciprocity. Very important. I ended the NAFTA nightmare and signed the brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement into law.
The pinnacle of health, my friends, truly, truly the pinnacle of health. So we'll keep an eye on that. And listen, if Trump's voice is like that and it starts raining, Trump will be out of here, because he cannot afford for the rain to ruin his hair. Other super chats coming in. Nicholas Silva says, do you think you can strongly look into doing a segment on aliens on Gnars? I like that. Or is that a silent G? Just Nars. Tommy Moon says, you have a girlfriend? Yes. Straightforward super chat. Michael is back and missed us all. Jake says, David, concerning the wildfires in California, are most of them on federal lands? Wouldn't the feds be responsible? P.S. Plasma. I don't know the jurisdictional elements there as far as the fires go. Razamanaz says, please come to Norway and eat at Statholdgarden, which has a Michelin star, the Norwegian with a star for the longest time. I would love to do it. I've been to Finland. I've been to Denmark. I've been to Estonia. I have never been to Norway, but it is high on my list. Norway and then Nars. That's the trip. Big thank you to Little Blue Doggy for the 6-month subscription, as well as Nick Lovin. Nick Lovin has signed up. Very much appreciate that. Mart Fillion says, I do not know if those videos could be explained by the fact that Trump had what seems like a Band-Aid on the right hand yesterday. Trump's had Band-Aids on his right hand for a while, and it is either from, I mean, listen, it's 99% from an IV. And it could have been from when he was at Walter Reed, or he could have continued receiving any kind of transfusions, anything from hydration to rum reservoir, as he calls it, while at the White House. So yeah, in all likelihood, it's from an IV of some kind. We just don't know what. Lawanda Buchanan says, I voted in person yesterday. It was not crowded. I am in Texas. Excellent. Early voting. Love it. Lieutenant Frank Drebin from Police Squad says, please search spitting image Trump on YouTube. Very funny. I'll do that later. It's always a risk to do YouTube searches on stream. Chakoseki. Whoa, we lost Chakoseki. Chakoseki says, perhaps Trumpelstiltskin could purchase his much desired suburban female vote for $130,000 a head, his usual fee for buying fealty from women. That could be an idea. Maury says, Grandmaster Ben Feingold, if you're in here, I love you. Love you too, David. Okay, so that's a message. We are going trans-platform. Message from YouTube to Benjamin Feingold on Twitch. Very exciting. Very exciting. Parker Peters says, is it just me or does Trump sound worse each time he rallies? Yes, he does. It's not just you. Claire Houlihan says, voted today in Texas, saw you a while back on the surfs. Can I get another boomer-esque trans rights? That was hilarious. Maybe later. Maybe later. I don't want to get memed into oblivion. Thanks to Benjamin Noah for the Twitch Prime subscription. Very much appreciate that. Grace voted absentee in Montana yesterday. Blue ticket all the way down. I work in healthcare. COVID exploding here. Thank you for keeping me sane. Yeah, I did a story 2 days ago, or yesterday, I think. Wait, what day is it? Yesterday, yeah, because we were off on Monday for the holiday. Of 13 states are at new 7-day highs, 7-day rolling average highs for coronavirus. And Montana is one of the worst three in the country right now. MJ says, did you know there's a billboard that is against Trump by the airport in Des Moines? Yeah, Jim Acosta tweeted it. Let me see if I can find that. It's pretty funny. So somebody bought a billboard right by the airport. And there it is. Here it is. Trump COVID super spreader event with an arrow pointing towards the airport. Very, very clever. Wonder how much it cost. Don't have any idea. Let's see. Hello, I am man from Pakistan looking for beautiful wife from you. This is not the stream for that, my friend. This is a different kind of stream. Ant and Sharon say, hey, David, praying the Tangerine Chosen One gets voted out. Great job. We love you, Pack. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rotkreutz says, I'm tired of seeing both sides are bad from my friends on Facebook. This isn't a both sides election. COVID is in the line. Yeah, both sides stuff. It's vile. It's vile, quite frankly, at this point. Danny Thompson says, I have to laugh. There's almost nothing that screams millennial more than having worked at Circuit City. Yeah. Kaylin says, did you and Kyle interact when the Noam Chomsky Twitter madness was going on? No, I haven't heard from Kyle for a while. I don't know what he's been up to. Yeah. James Montalbano says, this October 14th, I'd like to wish you a happy Heroes Day in remembrance of all the souls we lost during the sudden departure. I have no idea what that is. I hope I'm not being disrespectful that I don't know what that is. Martin Maldonado says, I meant to super chat this, but Ronald Trump is going to be late. Just do his picture in picture and focus on Biden's town hall. No, I think that Trump will be on time for a televised town hall. Badger says, hello from the UK. Hope you fixed the Trump disaster. I hope so too, so I can get back to the UK. Skunk Games says, will you do a segment about the harebrained Hunter Biden New York Post article soon? You know, it's so ridiculous. I don't even know that I want to do a segment on it, but I have it in my maybe pile for tomorrow. Not Aaron. Anon is asking, major zoom there. Anon is asking which network I would be affiliated with if I had a pick. I don't want to be affiliated with any of them, to be perfectly frank. Actually, as Trump lands, I have launched a new Spanish language show. We did a soft launch, so I didn't mention it, but there is a network, a Spanish language network in the U.S. Now, I'm going to say it, so if you're not from Argentina, you would pronounce it Estrella. If you are from Argentina like I am, we would say Estrella. And the program is Sundays at 4 p.m. East, 1 p.m. Pacific, half-hour a day show in Spanish. And we are in episode 3. I don't know if it will go beyond the election. For now, they are sort of pre-election specials. But you can find that at 4 p.m. That's ESTRELLA, okay? Which means star in Spanish. It is Spanish language for Spanish-speaking viewers in the United States related to American politics. Very exciting. We are 2 episodes in. As soon as I have clips made available to me, I will be posting them on the internet. The Trump masks and shirts, I guess, are starting to be tossed around. Oh, and by the way, on the Spanish show, we have some very exciting guests scheduled. I don't even want to announce them because things are so crazy they could get canceled, and then I sort of like, you know, there's no point in that. But we have some really great guests scheduled for the Spanish show coming up very, very soon. Okay. Ophelia wants to know if I ever eat leftovers out of the trash. I bet you do. I don't do that. I think that there was once, I mean, listen, I don't know that this is too controversial, but once there was a misunderstanding between my girlfriend and I, and a packaged item ended up in the trash. It was a sealed item. And at that point, there was really only like plastic wrapping in the trash. I did pull out the package. It was a closed package. And I said, that's good. That's good. That's not trash. Let's take that out of there. Okay. Is that story even real? Even I don't know. All right. Thank you. Keegan says, not sure if you've talked about it, but have you reached out to Tim Pool about debating lefties? No, I have not reached out to Tim about that. Would love to see you one with him again. Yeah, maybe. Colby says, I'm in the Des Moines area. This event is an embarrassment. Well said. Very much appreciate that. Do I still have a goal of 1,500 Twitch subs by the end of the month? Yeah. I mean, listen, we're at 1,237 Twitch subs right now. The most where we peaked was, I think, about 1,420 at the end of September. Now we're back down. I would love to be at 1,500 by the end of October. I think it's doable. I think, you know, we were at about 1,000 at the start of the month. So we are roughly halfway. It could certainly happen. It's certainly something that could happen. But what I do want to mention, and I have limited these hard sells to only 1 per stream, I really do want to make a very humble, I throw myself at your mercy, a very humble plea that you consider supporting all of the work that we do by grabbing a membership on my website. Okay, joinpacman.com. You get an extra show every day just for you, where I'm joined by our producer, great producer, Patrick Ford. We primarily depend on that as a source of revenue. It's the largest single source of revenue we have on an ongoing basis. And Every time you sign up, this blue bar starts filling up. And if enough people sign up, it explodes off the side of the screen. The coupon code above my head, 2020 now, saves 66%. So we're talking about teeny tiny amounts of money. If you're down to your last dollar, don't sign up. I'm telling you right now, don't you dare sign up if you're down to your last dollar or a couple bucks. If $1.80 a month seems reasonable to you, okay, and you think what we do is worth it, grab a membership, use the coupon code 2020 now. You can pay monthly for $2 a month or pay for the entire year, and it's $1.88. And I will thank everybody. Okay, everybody will get thank yous. And we did a few weeks ago have a website crash because so many we were about to run out of memberships and people were beating down the door and each other to get memberships. The website crashed. You understand? It went dead. And we've since quadrupled the resources on our website. It is now more than equipped to handle anything you can throw at it other than the DDoS attack that took us down about 6 weeks ago during a stream. But other than that, the website is very well equipped. And I have very, very strong faith that we are going to do it. We are getting ready for Donald Trump here in Des Moines, Iowa. We still have a lot of super chats coming in. Harper is asking how to send pictures through my website contact form. Upload to Imager, send Imager link. Upload to Imager, send Imager link. Rocco's Modern Life asks on Twitch, any chance Lindsey Graham loses? Yeah, there's a chance. I mean, if you say, David, bet money, even odds, I think Lindsey Graham wins. But I don't think he wins by that much. And I could be wrong, and I would love it. I would love it. Uh-oh, this is bad news. Chakaseki says, I used the illegal coupon code 2020 now and immediately had my apartment raided by ICE, who performed serial cavity searches on me. Still worth it, says Chakaseki, to have a membership. Yeah, the other day someone wrote me and said right after getting a membership using this huge discount, they were pulled over. And they were like, this is it. That discount being so big is going to screw me. Turns out they only had a tail light out. So no big deal. All right. Thanks to Jennifer Hall, by the way, who's new member number 5. And Matthew August is new member number 6 at joinpacman.com. A delightful number. The goal is 25. It's modest, I think. Quakes says on Twitch, thank you for the content, David Deepak Pacman II. Love it. Love it. It does look like it could rain, so we are going to see Donald Trump maybe with a bad voice and possibly in the rain. I'm guessing that it will be a short rally if that is the case. Other super chats I don't want to miss. Let's see. Ryan says, thoughts on Kyle Kulinski response to Chomsky interview? Didn't see it. I don't watch any shows that are like mine. I only watch this. I only do my show. So I never know what anybody is saying. I have no idea what Kyle said. Stephen Robbins, also known as Ronald Raygun, says, D-Man, it's Raygun. Would you sit in a studio to debate Tim Pool? Or are you too afraid like Beta, Sam Cedar? Listen, I'm not flying to be in a studio with Tim Pool during coronavirus. That is not high on my list of priorities. I want to be here and I want to be healthy so I can keep doing the show and streaming and all of those things. The idea of being in an enclosed room with Tim Pool during a pandemic is not my idea of fun. Yabbit says, now that little rocket man has revealed his big, big rocket, is the honeymoon over? Let's hope so. Sean Reed says he is not the president. Every time I hear President Trump, my knee-jerk reaction is to add air quotes. A Phoenix says, Deepak, I think Orange Mango Face will be flying high at rally, taking his cronies on his first mission to NARS. I think Trump may be high as a kite because he needed to take probably a steroid to get rid of that horrible voice he had earlier. I don't know if you heard this earlier, but listen to this. This is just really, really bad.
Instead of corrupt and horrendous trade deals written by lobbyists and special interests, again, some of you, I negotiated pro-American trade deals based on the principles of fairness and reciprocity. Very important. I ended the NAFTA nightmare and signed the brand new U.S.-Mexico...
So my guess is that he would have taken a little hit of something legal, certainly, on the way to this speech. So I think he will be flying high. Yes, that's the long and short of it. Dustin says, "Hey, I listen every day on Spotify. Just found out my mom will not vote for Trump again in Michigan. Enjoy the rally from hell." Well, good for your mom. Good for your mom. Very, very important. All right. We have people signing up like people have never done before. Okay. Sam Perman is new member number 7. Fahem Islam is new member number 8. Sarah Payne is new member number 9. Austin Hemingway Gross is number 10. Lane Doby is number 11. Sean Dalton is number 12. And Lauren Islas is number 13. Very much appreciate it. We have a very big membership drive going right now. We may run out of memberships today if that's any indication. We are standing by for Donald Trump. Let's see if they've got the music pumping. They do. Okay, we'll keep that muted until the time comes. Matt says hashtag Heroes Day, hashtag the sudden departure. Kevin says, "Hey again, David, even if Biden wins, what advice do you have for people like me who are feeling hopeless with how divided the U.S. is current state?" Let's first see what happens in the election. Then we'll talk about divisive politics. Okay. One thing at a time. Bruce asks whether there will be monster trucks after the rally. I don't know if that's big in Iowa, but maybe. Alan says, "On it stream. I am from Scotland. My band, Debbie Klein, have a song about the last 4 years. Let's get high while we still got time. Watch your show all the time. Keep on keeping on." All right. Thank you, Alan. Oliver says, "David, I watched the confirmation hearing today and am truly enraged and disgusted. Please give any advice you have on keeping calm. Do not watch the confirmation hearings," would be my advice. Sadly. Some aggressive comments about Tim Pool. I don't know that I need to be reading those. Lloydie says, "I used to live in Des Moines. Considering the people I met over 20 years ago doesn't surprise me." Chakaseki. Oh, okay. We read that one already. Joao says, "Hey, David, greetings from Brazil. Do you think the New York Post story regarding Hunter will have any impact on the polls?" I do not. I do not. I challenge you to disagree with me. Alt Wrong Anon has subscribed on Twitch and says, "Hi, David. Love the show. Check out this video. I turned your second Jesse Lee Peterson interview into a Between Two Ferns episode." The links are censored. They're not. They're blocked on Twitch. Please email me that right now on my website contact form. I would love to watch that on stream. A Between Two Ferns episode with me and Jesse. I would love to see that. Email it to me right now. I'll get it while Trump is talking. And then we can maybe review that after the fact. That would be really, really great. Would be fantastic, actually. All right. What else do we have going on here? A lot of excitement as we await Donald Trump in Des Moines, Iowa. We've looked at some memes. We've read some super chats. We are now, I know everybody is just bursting with excitement to hear what Donald Trump might say today. But you will have to wait just a little bit longer. Thanks to Amanda Anderson for grabbing a Soy Boy level membership on YouTube. Cooper McCartney says, "I predict a comeback reality TV show from Trump when he loses." Peggy says, "I love listening to you. You make my day." Thanks, Peggy. Appreciate it. Lunkish says, okay, no, I'm not auctioning off underwear, guys. I'm sorry. Ours says, "Thank you to the mods for deleting the trumpets." No, remember, mods have been directed not to ban or censor Trumpists in the chat. We censor, hate speech, N-word, anti-Semitism, unproductive trolling, and that type of thing. But people are allowed to be Trumpists in the chat. That's no problem whatsoever. None whatsoever. How is the fight for 1.1 going? Yeah, I know. It doesn't sound as exciting. So we had this big sort of like push for 1 million subscribers as we get ready to see Trump. And we got to 1 million. Now we're pushing for 1.1 and we're almost halfway there. We're at 1.04 million on YouTube, almost 1.05. I know that the numbers are not as exciting to say, let's get to 1.1 million. But I would love it if you help me continue to build the YouTube channel. So if you are watching on YouTube and you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. And we are very, very strongly focused on growing Twitch as well. And we are actually just 13 followers short of 54,000, just 13. So we do want to keep growing Twitch. I think 2021, we were having a very big sort of what would we call it? A meeting of the minds, in a sense, about 2021. I think 2021 could be a really big year on Twitch for us. As we continue to expand on various platforms. And by the way, I'm not joking. I think 2021 could be a big year on TikTok for us. A lot of people don't know that. We actually, we've never really done anything on TikTok other than post little clips. And we have 16,000 followers on TikTok. I think it's an interesting platform. We're reaching a completely different audience. And why not, right? We'll reach people wherever they want to be reached. Kim says, I live 8 miles from his rally in Pennsylvania last night. I could hear his cultists cheering and screaming. That is ugly. That is ugly. Thanks to Insurance Nerds and Andy, as well as Rose for grabbing YouTube memberships. D. Campbell says, hey, David, where is the Spanish content? So right now, I am doing a half-hour-a-week Spanish program on the network Estrella, or as we say in Argentina, Estrella. All right? It's Sunday, 4 p. East, 1 p. West, only in the 46 cities that have the channel, okay? So sadly, you must check your local listings, as the kids say. All right, let's see. I have this Between Two Ferns thing that was sent to me. Let me just preview it a tiny bit. Oh, this is old, isn't it? I thought that I had already reviewed this on stream. Oh no, I haven't. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Let's just look at a tiny bit of it, just like a split second. See what this is up. Oh my God. It's already good.
We are? Amazing. Welcome to the Father State YouTube Live. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Apologize for the late start, but we are black, and black people are late. We start on CP time.
Oh my God, that's well
And
done.
I have with me David Pakman. He is the progressive host of the political television and radio program, The David Pakman Show. David, thank you for coming.
I can't believe I'm here.
I know, it's amazing.
Last time we didn't end well. You
I
remember?
know, right.
Do you remember?
I remember I had to kick you off my show.
You kicked me off. You said, I would never have that idiot back on my show.
Yeah.
You called me a girly man.
Yeah.
What changed your mind about having me back after the ban?
That's really my producer. Just because I fight with you doesn't mean I don't love you.
Okay.
Yeah, you love me?
I don't really know you.
Yeah, well, I love you.
Thank you.
Are you surprised?
Not really.
Were you surprised that I threw you off the radio show?
Not really.
Oh, you were not answering. That's what it was.
All right, very cool. So I would like to look at that in more detail at a very, very close point in time to where we are right now. But that's great stuff. That's great stuff. Thanks to DevTV, Vanix9, Fredicini, and DJWRX for the Twitch Prime subs. I really do appreciate that. Other super chats coming in. Mark says, do we think that the New York Times bombshell Hunter Biden report is all they have as their October surprise? If so, sad, weak, low energy. I don't know if that's the October surprise. If it is, it's very, very weak. Very, very weak. Corey, Edward, Tanya have all grabbed YouTube subs. David Lindsay. Rob says, do you have a better coupon code for Trump so he can afford a membership? You know, 2020 now is basically as good as it gets. Oh, let me thank a few people, though, so I don't fall behind. Anna Contreras is new member number 14. Brad Bazemore is number 15. Stephen Flanagan is new member number 16. Keith Anderson is number 17. Let's see if I can keep up with that blue bar. A big thank you to Steve McKinney, who's new member number 18 today. Anon Anonson is new member number 19. Michael Nelson is number 20. Matt Bowen is number 21. Matt Quinney, a lot of Matts, is number 22. Lynn Winters is new member number 23 at joinpacman.com. Love it. I will keep up with the bar throughout the entire event, so don't worry about that. Other super chats here. Oh, if you're let me repeat, because a lot of people are just joining us. By the way, thank you to the to everybody watching on all platforms right now. The plan for tomorrow night, there are competing town halls tomorrow night with Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Biden's is going 2 hours, 8 to 10 Eastern, whereas Trump's is only 1 hour, 8 to 9. I wonder why Trump is only doing an hour. It is interesting. My plan is to stream both of them. And the way I think I will do it is we'll do an hour of Trump and an hour of Biden. 8 to 9 East, we'll do Trump, and 9 to 10 East, we will do Biden. And it will be on YouTube. I don't know about other platforms. There are reasons why I believe it will be safe to stream on YouTube, whereas it may not be on other platforms. So if you don't see me anywhere else, find me on YouTube. Essentially 24 hours to the minute. I will start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. And I think it'll be a really great, I think it'll be a really, really beautiful evening. Okay, a magical evening, I would even say. Steven says, signed up on your website. I used your illegal coupon code, which turned Trump into Biden and Biden into Trump. Who wins now? We just won't know. Thanks, Obama. All right, very confusing message, but I appreciate the support. B. Smith says, go check out Beau of the Fifth Column. Okay. Barbara has grabbed a sub. Insurance Nerds says, gracias por todo lo que haces, hermano. Thank you. Thanks for all you do, brother. Chakuseki says, I just lost Chakuseki. Where did that go? What do you think Trump's cocktail is today? I predict dextroamphetamine, dexamethasone, Blue Chew, and Regeneron in a mushroom coffee slurry. Trump strikes me as a slurry guy, for sure. And there's a couple different meanings for that. BR says, will there be a YouTube channel for the Spanish show? Don't know. I've actually just been hired to host the show, and I don't know exactly what the full distribution is going to be. So I don't want to speak out of turn on that. Nathan asks whether I saw the Georgia special election polls. A Democrat seems to have taken the lead. Let's hold our breaths. I did see the polls. Stephen wants people to vote so the nightmare can end. Lux Elliott says, I imagine the local Walmart is empty right now. Well said. How crazy is it that I haven't been to a Walmart in 20 years? Is that insane? And I haven't been to a fast food restaurant in just as long, with the exception of the KFC incident, which I'm not going to go into right now. I don't want to do that right now. David Van Horn is new member number 24. Basim Bashir is new member number 25. And Peter O'Malley is new member number 26. You all know what happens when we get to 25. I like to say, let's go for 50. And let's absolutely do it right now. Jethro asks what Trump is doing on the plane right now. Prayers, drugs, mobile tanning salon. I really don't know. Yeah, these delays are bizarre. Lots of Jello says, honestly, David, you look good in orange. It's like a cute social democrat pumpkin. Wow. I don't know if that's good or bad. Caden says, David, did you coordinate response regarding Tim Pool with Sam? You two had the same answer. 2 betas for sure. I didn't respond. I wasn't even involved in it. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't responded anything to anybody. KJV says, any chance you open the phones this afternoon, please? Probably not, because I've got to make, I've got a tortellini soup I'm making tonight. And Trump is already very, very late. So very unlikely. Maybe tomorrow, since when they're televised events, they tend to run on time more frequently. Thanks to Shoulder X for subscribing on Twitch, as well as Shelbs TX, Len1NTC, Egad, Deep Doob. Some of these are tough to pronounce over on Twitch, but I'm doing the best I can. Okay. Demighty Booze says, not sure what that guy is talking about. I live in Des Moines and its county is blue every election. There is Trump. Most there are probably from rural areas. I'm having a little trouble parsing the grammar, but I think I get the idea. Matthew Long says, what's your position on third-party voting? I'm in favor of third parties. We need to do away with first past the post to really get third parties to be viable. Right now, the risk is too great when you vote third party that you end up helping the candidate you most dislike in what we know of as the spoiler effect. And we certainly don't want that. Thanks to Austin Anderson, who's new member number 27, and Lee A. Life is new member number 28, as we get ready to hear from Captain COVID, the Mango Menace, the Tangerine Terror, Mauve Mussolini, maybe. I'm not really so sure about that. But there he is carrying COVID masks, it looks like. Once again, let's take a quick listen. Okay, yeah, I can't do that. So I'll keep seeing what you guys are up to. David Abel says this $5 is for that Between Two Ferns parody. Thank you. Oh my God, they don't have nearly enough flags. You can still see Trump's legs through them. Austin says, when's that orange garbage bag full of mango pulp going to come rolling down the stairs? Right now. Right now. Owen says, hi, David from Ireland. Looking forward to the day when America gets back to normality and I can visit again when the loony isn't the president. Take care. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dino Sachs says, hey, David, Donato from the UK here. Did you see the Australian interview with Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Worth the watch. I did. It is well done. Very, very much well done. Excellent, excellent interview. Patrice Mortimer says, what did Patrice say? I think Trump must be hawking up a hairball in the plane. Trump is he's looking labored already. I don't know if you guys can tell. He does not look good here. And he was really struggling earlier today to speak during an interview. Let's see what other stream elements we have. We have this one. And then we have this one. Okay, I think we'll stick here for the time being. See what we got. Beautiful spray tan. He actually does seem lower energy right now. This should be interesting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody. Hello, Des Moines. Oh, it's been a good time.
The voice is bad. It's a little better than earlier, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I even brought a hat. They said, sir, it is so windy out there.
Sir routine already.
I said, well, my hair is very powerful. It's very strong. It can handle it. But I brought it just in case. It may get pretty bad, but it's pretty windy. So thank you all very much. And I'm thrilled to be back.
Little more volume.
In the American heartland with thousands of loyal, hardworking Iowa patriots. And 20 days from now, we're going to win this state. We're going to win 4 more years in the White House. We're going to keep it going. And I must tell you, I've just looked. A poll just came out. We're up 6. Okay, big deal.
Where?
Didn't we win by 11 or something? We're up 6.
In Iowa?
And if I'm up 6, nobody has ever done for Iowa and the Farm Belt and the farmers and all. No more estate taxes, no more anything. I saved ethanol. Ethanol is saved.
He saved it.
For me to only be up 6, I'm a little bit concerned, I'll tell you that.
I would be too.
Because nobody's going to do for Iowa what I did for Iowa. We've just learned through explosive documents published by a very fine newspaper, the New York Post, that Joe Biden has been blatantly lying about his involvement in his son's corrupt business deal.
So he's going to try to make it a big deal.
And this is a big smoking gun. The newly uncovered emails reveal that a top executive from the highly questionable Ukrainian company, it's an energy company, which paid Hunter at least $50,000 a month, but it's now looking like it could be $183,000 a month. That's a lot of money. Would anybody in this audience take it? I'll take it. We'll take it. Despite the fact that he had absolutely no experience, knew nothing about energy, wrote to Hunter arranging for a meeting to meet with Vice President Joe Biden. I've been saying this for a long time with that family. The same Ukrainian energy executive even sent Hunter an email saying, quote, "We urgently need your advice on how you could use your influence." In other words, Hunter was being paid for access to his vice president father,
Sort of like Trump sold access to himself through his inauguration slush fund. Wow.
Russia. How about the Russia hoax? It turned out that they were the ones that did the Russia hoax. It was them. No collusion. No collusion.
Collusion.
These emails show that Biden's repeated claim that he has never spoken to Hunter about his business dealings were a complete lie. It was a total lie.
It's not totally
He
clear. It
lied
could
to
be a
you
lie.
over and over because he's trying to cover up a massive pay-for-play scandal at the heart of his...
What's crazy to me about this is everything they're accusing Biden of doing, Trump has done definitively. Does that not, I mean, like, is there no backfire risk because his followers don't know or don't care?
Biden administration, there was never. Just weeks ago, Joe stood before the American people in a presidential debate and told you that these claims had been totally discredited and that his son did nothing wrong. But now that turns out to be a total lie. Now we can see clearly that Biden is a corrupt politician who shouldn't even be allowed to run for the presidency.
I see a lot of people in chat saying this is going to get cut short. Do you think it'll get cut short because of Trump's voice? Because it seems to be improving.
Mainstream media right back there, all those cameras right back there. They're corrupt, and they refuse to write the story. There wasn't one time in almost 4 years during my presidency, during the greatest political scandal in U.S. history, a witch hunt, a horrible, horrible, disgusting witch hunt that should never, ever happen to another presidency again, and people should pay for the crimes they committed.
Okay.
Which turned out to be a total illegal hoax that false and libelous stories every day. False and libelous stories, and they knew they were false too. They knew they were false. They were never taken down by Twitter or Facebook or the mainstream media, never once. Yet with Biden today, they take negative posts down almost before they even go up. They're trying to protect him. They're trying to protect Biden. They take him down. And I was just getting off that magnificent plane behind us, Air Force One.
Imagine clapping for a plane.
And I
mean, okay, it's like if Airbus is unveiling a new plane, you clap, but this is just the president.
They say Kayleigh McEnany. You know Kayleigh, right?
McEnany.
Kayleigh McEnany.
McEnany. He doesn't seem to know her last name.
She's so great. She's incredible. They closed down her account. She's the White House press secretary because she's reporting the truth. They closed down her account. So let's see what's going to happen. And did you hear the news? Bruce Orr is finally out of the Department of Justice. Bruce Orr.
No one there knows who that is. No one there knows who that is.
She wrote all this stuff, and then he goes and he works at the Department of Justice, and he took it. Didn't he bring it to the FBI? The wife writes it. She gets paid a lot of money. Bruce Orr is finally out of the Department of Justice. That's good. A couple of years too late, that's all. He should be not only in the Department of Justice outbox, he should be someplace else, okay? 8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives, so this...
What did he just say? Bieberisa? I think, was he trying to say Burisma? Did anybody catch that? Bieberisa? Is that like a Justin Bieber thing?
President Joe Biden went to Ukraine and threatened to withhold $1
Burmese.
billion in aid if they did not fire the prosecutor that was investigating his son and the company that his son worked for. That's Burmese. The documents also...
It sounds like he's saying Propecia almost.
One of Joe's trips to Ukraine, Hunter emailed his business partner saying his lucrative contract should begin now. Think of that.
This is
should
really
begin
bad.
now. Right now, it's got to begin. The whole thing is so incredible. Here's a guy, look, let's just put it in simple language. He got thrown out of the military.
Switch to simple
That's
language. Good idea.
He didn't have a job for a long time. His father becomes vice president, and he's making millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. Think of it. No, think of it. Think of it. It's like the
Is he
Hillary
okay?
stuff, the crooked Hillary, and it's the crooked Joe. You know, when a Democrat voter here in Iowa asked Joe last year, you remember, if his son raked in money in exchange for providing access, Joe called that man a damn liar. You're a damn liar.
Sort of like all Trump's kids.
Kid's making millions of dollars. He had nothing. He didn't have a job. Thrown out of the military, sadly, but thrown out of the military. And he knew nothing about energy. He knew nothing about investments. Knew nothing about China. How about he walked away $1.5 billion to manage for China? They don't do that with the most brilliant people on Wall Street. Vice President Biden, you owe the people of America an apology, because it turns out you are a corrupt politician. Okay?
Right. Trump looking for water now? I don't think he's doing well, guys.
Joe Biden must immediately release all emails, meetings, phone calls, transcripts, and records related to his involvement in his family's business dealings, influence paddlings around the world.
Paddlings.
Including China and including Russia.
Can you imagine?
Including Russia.
They're paddling businesses.
Hunter raked in a fortune
influence.
from
They're
China.
paddling influence.
While Joe Biden was giving China all of our jobs, they came, you know where they came from? Iowa and plenty of other places, but they came from Iowa. He was giving them, they were taking our jobs, they were taking our factories, they were taking everything, they were taking our wealth. And I gave you $28 billion, say thank you very much, President Xi. It came right out of China. And because of that, everybody's happy in Iowa.
How did he
I just
pronounce
hope
the
you remember
Burisma
that
thing?
on
I want to
November
type it in. I
3rd.
don't remember how he pronounced it. How did he say Burisma?
Nobody else would have done it. Nobody else would have done it. If the Biden family treated the vice presidency as a for-profit corporation flying around the globe, collecting millions of dollars from China and Ukraine and Russia and other countries. In fact, the wife of the mayor of Moscow gave Hunter Biden a check for
The wife of the mayor, M-A-R-E. That's a female horse.
His father gave away the store to Russia, including Crimea. Remember Crimea? The Bidens got rich while America got robbed. By contrast, and this is so true and so easily true, and I'm so proud of it in so many ways, I've given up billions of dollars to serve as your president, and it's my greatest honor of a lifetime. It's so true.
The only way that's true is that he ruined his image. Trump really seems to be struggling here. Is he looking for water? I think Trump's really having a problem. You guys see what's happening, I think.
I ran for president because I could not sit back any longer and watch the terrible injustices being done to the American people. And it's true. And by the way, before the China plague came in, we had the greatest economy in the history of the world, and now it's going right back there. Our stock market is very close to a number that was even higher. Does everybody have your 401k ready? Because it's going through the roof.
The whole crowd's
We're going
got
to have the
401k.
best year we've ever had, and we're going to have tax cuts, not tax increases. They want to increase your taxes. They want to increase your taxes so they can spend it on the Green New Deal. It's another beauty. I could not sit idly by and watch career politicians like Joe Biden continue bleeding this country dry. And that's what it is. You know, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. But when you have a kid that follows his
got a
father,
water
and by the way,
spill.
take a look at his brother. His brother all of a sudden is building a
God.
big housing development in Iraq. Have you ever built a development before? No, I haven't. Take a look at the
boy.
whole family. It's a corrupt family. Joe Biden personifies the selfless
Got to get some
and
paper
corrupt
towels,
globalists
guys.
who got rich and powerful at your expense. Take a look at the people that are funding his campaign. People assumed that they'd be funding my campaign. I don't want them. We don't want them. We never needed them. We don't want them. But they betrayed American workers, disparaged American values, and crushed our middle class. For decades, Biden and his cronies laughed while they shipped millions of your jobs to their friends in foreign countries, in countries that you've never even heard of. They lived behind gated walls and they flooded your communities with illegal immigration, deadly drugs, MS-13 savages that assault, rape, and murder innocent Americans. They forced our fellow citizens to live in crumbling inner cities while they spent trillions of dollars on never-ending foreign wars. They just never ended. But you know, we're bringing all our soldiers back home. You know that. We've been doing it for a long time. And it's not easy. Not easy. The military-industrial complex, not the easiest thing, but we're bringing them back home. We're almost finished in Afghanistan, coming in. We're down to a small number coming home by the end of the year, hopefully the end of the year, shortly thereafter. In Syria, we're out, totally out. And by the way, before I did this, we crushed 100% of the ISIS caliphate. 100%. We crushed 100%. We have the greatest military in the world, and by the way, we have built the greatest military in the world. So I just tell you from Iowa, you know, you're a very powerful state politically. You're a big state to me, big in your heart. But you have a tremendous influence and a tremendous power, and you've never let me down. You just came in and we won by so much. You know, they say if a Republican wins by 1 point, I think I won by 11, right? 11. That was early in the night, remember that? They said, Donald Trump has won the state of Iowa. Then they said, man, he won by 11 points. What's going on? That was just the beginning. Then we won Ohio. We won Ohio by 8 points. They said, what's going on? You know, it's one thing you win a state, but when you win by a lot, and that was the beginning of something. And I'll tell you what, we have more enthusiasm now than we ever did 4 years ago. There really is true. And we have great poll numbers, although, you know, you see a lot of the fake poll numbers. They'll do anything they can. They're called suppression polls. Yeah, there they go. Look at the red lights. They start to go off as I start to point.
Obviously,
you know,
a lie.
one way they want the ratings, and another way they don't want to have the ratings, and you're telling CNN that they're a fraud in their broadcasting. No, that was one of the greatest. That was one of the greatest evenings ever. There are those that say it was the most exciting evening in the history of television, highest rated evening in the history of television.
Okay, we're back.
And you know what? The election we have coming up on November 3rd is actually more important. It's actually more important. In 2016, you voted to fire the failed and decrepit political class, and you elected an outsider as your president, and I finally put America first. It's called Make America Great Again.
Is he still looking for water? What's going on? Oh, he wants the hat.
It's windy out here.
Okay, so he's worried about
If
his
you
hair.
can wear the hat, I can wear the hat.
Unbelievable. Oh my God, it's a cult.
Yeah. Should I take off the tie or not? What do you think? I don't know. Maybe yes?
This is crazy. Elect this man. Can you imagine?
Oh, that feels so much better. That feels better. That feels good.
Now we can all just relax and have a good time. No, but it's great to be with you. Seriously, we've had a great history here together. What we've done for you and what we've done for the farmers and what we've done for everything. You know, 2 weeks ago, you had the largest order of corn in the history of our country, right?
Corn.
2 weeks ago,
An
you had
order.
the largest order of soybeans in the history of our country and the largest order of beef. But you know why? Because China wants to keep me happy, that's why. It was from China.
Wait, so China is behaving or China's not behaving?
Never have been allowed. They could have stopped it. They didn't stop it. They should have stopped it. The only reason I'm your president is because the previous administration did a poor job, so poor, in fact, that I said, I'm going to run for president. And you know what? If they did a good job, I wouldn't have run. And if they did a good job, I guess I wouldn't have won. When you think, I wouldn't have run and I wouldn't have won. But they were so bad, and it turns out they were so totally corrupt. We did not come this far to overcome this much and fight this hard, only to surrender our country back to the depraved Washington swamp. You know, when I would say, drain the swamp, I used to say it, you know, drain the swamp, and people liked it. I hated the expression. I hated it.
Well, he
I
didn't do it
hated
either.
I just said, this is a hokey expression. And I put it in one speech, the place went crazy. I said, I'm starting to like that expression.
That's interesting. You guys think pulling the tie off was a ruse because Trump's having trouble breathing? That's interesting. That's an interesting idea.
I like it. But you know, when I say drain the swamp, I had no idea the swamp was that dirty, that disgusting, and that deep. It's true. If I don't sound like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician, thank God. And I don't want to insult our great politicians, because you have some great ones with us tonight. But if I don't always play by the rules of Washington and Washington establishment, it's because I was elected to fight for you harder than ever. And I tell you what,
Glitch.
I fight for you
That
harder
was a
than
glitch.
any president has ever fought for anyone. It's not easy. But I love it, because we're making tremendous progress. We're making tremendous progress. And the fact is that no administration in their first 3.5 years has ever done as much as this administration has done. You take a look at the list.
Okay.
And you know, it's amazing, because they always challenge you. They challenge you on everything. They never even challenged me on that statement. I make that statement all the time. They just stand and they say,
It's just too
they
meaningless
grit
to
their
even
teeth. They
discuss.
say he's right.
We did
might
more
hate
than
him,
anyone
but They
else.
say he's right. Right now, I'm fighting to eradicate the virus, rebuild the economy, and save our country from the radical left. And that's exactly what we're doing. As a candidate, Joe Biden has made yet another corrupt bargain in exchange for his party's nomination. He has handed control to the socialists and Marxists and
Name
the
one.
lunatic left-wing fringe that are really running that party. He's not running it. Let's face it, Joe is shot, okay? Whether you like it or not. We can all be nice. It's gonna be my turn someday. It's even gonna be your turn someday, my friends. Someday. But you know, when it is your turn, you can't be president.
I would love for Trump to name a Marxist.
He's 100%. Putin of Russia, 100%. Kim Jong-un. By the way, whatever happened to that war we were supposed to be in?
Trump keeps saying that. Someone talked Trump out of that. Trump was looking at that, and someone talked Trump out of it.
Joe has lost it. In his best day, he wasn't a smart man. Everybody knows that. But Joe is gone. If he wins, the radical left will be running the country. They're addicted to power, and God help us if they get it. We'll never be the same country, and we will never be able to recover. And we are on a basis, and I'll tell you something, the country was coming together. I was telling a very good reporter today that our country was coming together because we were having such success, that I was being called by people that normally I wouldn't be speaking to too much. They don't want me, I don't want them.
But we had the best employment numbers in history, African American, Hispanic American numbers, women, Asian, everything. High school diploma, without high
Everything.
school diploma, colleges, PhDs. We had the best numbers in every category. 160 million jobs. We were never even close to that. We were at 160 million jobs. And it was all coming together. People, let's get together, let's talk. You know, it's like
The guy who's never for a single day had an approval of 50% says that the country was more united than ever during his reign.
And now it's back to the drawing boards, but we're going to have a strong V. The third quarter is going to be incredible when you see the numbers. Not that I know anything, because I don't want to give you inside information, because I don't have it. They'll say, he's giving away inside information. They are sick. But wait till you see the third quarter numbers, and it's going to be right before the election, before the November 3rd, although a lot of people will have voted by that time. Get out and vote. You got to get out and vote. Got to get out and vote. But we were really coming together, because that's, you know, look, ultimately we want to come together. Everybody come together. And we were really coming together. And then we got hit by this horrible situation. Could have been stopped. China stopped it from going into the rest of China, but they didn't stop it from coming out and going to Europe and the United States and the rest of the world, 188 countries. So we're now putting it together. We had it done, and now we're doing it again. And next year will be even stronger than last year. Last year was the best year we've ever had. And this coming year will be even better than last year.
Okay.
Unless somebody comes along and says, let's quadruple your taxes, which is what...
I've noticed that, yeah, more and more people. So this woman's gone mask off. This woman's gone mask off. This guy's got it pulled down. This kid, there's a woman, there's this woman, she pulled her mask off. This guy's got it around his chin. So if something were to come out of his chin, out of his throat, it would be okay. No nose covering here. This guy's got no, everybody's been slowly pulling them off.
They actually mean it. You know, they actually mean it. So we're going to get it going to a level that nobody can ever turn course on us. Nobody can ever change. You know, I tell the story for years as a student of economies. I just love it. I love watching it. I love doing it.
He loves
and
economies.
I love seeing the results, because the results have been so incredible. But as a student, I used to hear for years, for 10 years, 2019, China, because look, let's face it, China's 1.4 billion people, we're 325, not including illegal immigrants that are in the country, frankly. And we don't even know what that number is. I said,
Right.
How many do we have? We have no idea, sir. Well, I have an idea. By the way, our southern border is now stronger than it's ever been. But we have 325, 330.
I just want to remind everybody, Trump saying this stuff, this garbage, it's bad. The fact that crowds cheer for it is really, really, really bad about what it says for America.
He's a very smart-looking guy. You're loaded with money, I'll bet. Look, that's why he's in the front row. He's in the front row, and he didn't have to stand here for 3 days to get there. I can tell he's got. But, right, 2019 that China was going to overtake us. Well, you go back 6 months, 7 months. Not only weren't they overtaking, we were beating them by leaps and bounds and getting bigger and bigger and growing and taxing them and taking in billions and billions in tariffs. And when they targeted Iowa and the farm...
Does Trump realize he can't really tax China? Like, does he still not get that it's domestic companies paying the tariffs?
5% tariff on everything. And I gave a lot of the money, although I don't want to say it too loudly, $28 billion. I gave you 16 and 12. I said to Sonny Perdue, Secretary of Agriculture, great guy, he knows more about farms. I said, Sonny, what's the number? He said, 2 years ago, sir, 12 billion they hit us for. And last year, 16 billion. I said, that's okay. We're going to put a 25% tariff. The farmers are going to get 12 billion, and then they're going to get 16 billion, okay? And we're going to give that money to our farmers, and that got our farmers even.
What is he talking about? There can't be a single farmer in the crowd that understands what he's saying.
Some of the farmers were making more money the way they was doing it than by working their asses off.
Sounds like socialism.
They were very, very happy. But no, we took care of our farmers. No other president's going to do that. No other. That's why China got away with all of this stuff for years.
And we had plenty of money left over after the $28 billion. It went into the U.S. Treasury. But they got away with it because they'd threatened a president like Obama. We're going to target your farmers. We're going to target the middle of our country. And Obama would say, oh, Betty, we better not get involved. I said differently. I said, if you do it, then what we're going to do is we're going to tariff your goods and we're going to give a lot of that money to the people that you're targeting. And you know, the thing that...
All right, guys, just very, very real here. Does Trump know when he says that American companies pay the tariffs, but he just keeps saying it anyway? Or does he genuinely not know that it's American companies paying the tariffs?
Wisconsin was incredible. They never came to me and said, sir, you can't let this happen. They're stopping ordering. They're not ordering from us. They never said it.
It's a mix
You know
of
what they
people.
said?
Interesting. Some
The
say he knows, some
president
say he
is
doesn't
right.
know.
At some point, we have to put up a stand. And I didn't hear one, even from fake CNN. They put people on television that said, I know it's not good, but the president is right. The president is right. You did the right thing. Because otherwise, it puts me in a bad negotiating position. You can't really negotiate. You know, it's tough. It's tough. I'll never forget that about the farmers. It's incredible. The other thing I won't forget, you don't mind if I go off script. This
guy now has taken his mask off.
Enough with crazy Hunter Biden and making millions of dollars a day. He made it because of his
this guy's
great
now gone masked
intellect. No, but you know the other thing? Where's Hunter? Is Hunter here tonight, by the way? Hunter, congratulations on making a lot of money last year. You know the other thing I remember? In the White House, we had 36 farmers come to see me. I'll never forget it. And they were getting hit really hard. This was 2.5 years ago, early. And they came in to see me, almost all farmers. And they said, sir, we're hurting, but you're doing the right thing, sir. I'll never forget this meeting. It's early. I have pictures of it. Many from Iowa.
He has pictures.
But from other states, but many from Iowa.
Oh, like a vacation.
And I never saw it because everyone's always asking me for money. I want money here. Countries want money. Our so-called allies are always asking for money. Please defend us, even though then they rip us off on trade. You know, we defend them and then they rip us off on trade. They're always asking for money. So the farmers are in. And I said to them, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a big thing. I'm going to get you a lot of money, and I'm going to do for tariffs, and I'm going to do this to China. This is very early on in the strategy. And I'm going to subsidize you guys. You're going to be so happy. And I used a terrible word. They said, sir, may I speak? Yes, you can. What do you want to say? We don't want subsidies, sir. All we want is a level playing field. We don't want anything.
Oh, my God.
True. Right? It's true. I never heard that. Most people, they don't care. Call it subsidy. Call it, give me cash. Just give me money. The farmer said, and by the way, I could see there was like a chill in the room. I mentioned that word. I said, did I say something wrong? The farmers are unbelievable. They're the heart of this nation. They said, we don't want subsidy. I'll never forget it. Sir,
yeah, the crowd's starting to sort of tune out. Like the applause lines are less, energy filled. And this seems to happen a lot lately where the crowd just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Because I don't hear that. Most people, they don't care. You can call it anything you want. You call subsidy, you call it anything you want. I just think you people are incredible, okay? That's it. Enough. Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that, or I'm going to make him cry, and he hasn't cried in 40 years, that guy. One of the most important issues for Iowa is the whole thing that happened with ethanol. They were killing ethanol.
Back on the
Joe
prompter.
Biden's vowed to abolish fossil fuels. He supports all of the outside, this crusade to eliminate gas-powered cars. And his running mate sponsors the...
I'm agreeing with some people in the chat. I'll probably just do like 10 more minutes of it. I think we're getting a sense of the crowd and what Trump is going to say. And then we still are offering mercy bans. If people know that this is really bad for them, if you want a mercy ban from the moderators, you can request one. And then that way you won't, have to watch any future ones, even accidentally. Mercy ban requests can be sent in the chat. The moderators will address those.
He loves Iowa. He just left. The Biden-Harris platform will demolish Iowa ethanol, you know that, wiping out the entire industry. And we fought hard for it. You know, we went through the whole thing where we had no demand because of the pandemic. And we all fought hard to keep it going and keep the ethanol going. And we did the 12 months. You know, I did 12 months. Remember, it was 8 months. I said, why not 12? And they couldn't give me a very good answer. But I made it year round and 15%, right? Up from the 10, 15%. And it's great stuff. And when the market comes back, which is coming
This
back.
person
but
was
in
the only
meantime,
one
you have
clapping for that.
inexpensive gasoline. That's not so bad, right? That's not so bad. Because nobody ever thought they'd see gasoline with a 2 in the front of it, unless. And
We may run out of mercy bands before we run out of memberships the way things are going.
when we are having problem with energy, I called Russia and I called Saudi Arabia, and they reduced production by more than 10 million barrels a day, and our entire energy was saved all over the world, frankly. They're not doing it for us, but they're doing it for, let's say, everybody. And we have an incredible country, and we saved our energy industry, our energy jobs, and we are energy independent, and it's a beautiful thing.
I think what's happening is during every applause line, one more mask comes off. See, now this woman's got the mask off.
World, you can use the pumps, okay? Do you understand that? You can use the pumps.
This
In other
guy
words, you
now
don't
as
have
well.
to go out and spend hundreds of millions of dollars on new pumps. Because, you know, with the additional ethanol, the additional power, some people say, oh, make them buy new pumps. No, I don't want you to buy new pumps. You don't have to.
Pumps.
So for those people that understood what I just said, you know what I'm talking about, right?
You know, the truth is Trump's toilet flushing material is much funnier than the pumps.
It's in our Constitution. I nominated Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the United States Supreme Court. Right? And I'll tell you, you know, I don't mind running against Sleepy Joe, but I wouldn't want to run against her right
New
now.
mask off up here now.
She has to promise. Please promise me, Amy, you'll never run. No, she's been great. She's so outsmarting these people with bad intention. You look at some of the questions that are being asked, and it's so obvious. These are not great chess players, let's face it. Let's face it, they're not great, but they're horrible. Just horrible, nasty.
Yeah, we might talk to a doctor. Chakaseki's asking for a mercy ban lobotomy combination. I'm going to see if I can talk to one of the great doctors at Mass General or maybe even Beth Israel and see if that's something we could do.
And that sold me. You know, I believe in that kind of thing. It's called intelligence. I believe in intelligence. But I just want to, haven't spoken to her in a few days, I want to just say that we made the right choice, right, with Amy. And speaking about making the right choice, you made the right choice a long time ago with a man named Senator Chuck Grassley.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And you made the right choice, and you're going to do it again, I hope, because she's great, Joni Ernst.
We got to defeat her. We must defeat her.
And they're right now in Washington fighting to confirm our great new justice, our future justice of the United States Supreme Court. Joni has been fantastic, and she's been fighting for Iowa values for a long time. She'll call me, sir, can we do this? Nobody called me more on ethanol than Joni and Chuck. In fact, I used to duck their calls. Tell them I'm not in. Just tell them I'm not here. I can't take it anymore, Joni. But that's what a good senator is. They want to keep your state going. They want to keep our country going. They love
Keep
our
it going.
country. They love our state that they represent. So Joni Ernst, you got to get her in. And Chuck Grassley, we don't have to worry about him. He'll be around forever. He's great.
Monday, Mike Lee, who had coronavirus, was standing above Chuck Grassley talking. Chuck Grassley's 87.
Right? And he's being nice. And he looked at Comey, remember, you know, the corrupt FBI director. And he looks at Comey. He looks at Comey, corrupt guy. And he just said, did you leak? And Comey joked, yes, I did. He said, in the House. Now let's see what happens to him.
What?
But I'll never forget Chuck Grassley, and he didn't mean it to be mean. He just sort of like got that rough voice. Did you leak? What? Yes, I gave it to my college professor friend from Columbia, yes. Remember that? Ah, we love Chuck. What a piece of work he is. If Democrats win, they will pack the Supreme Court with radical left judges.
Sadly, they probably won't. Biden doesn't seem at all interested in that.
If they win, your Second Amendment is gone. Okay?
Definitely untrue.
They'll
Definitely
empower
untrue.
violent mobs and shield deadly criminals and terrorists. Very simple. Joe Biden refuses to even answer questions unpacking the Supreme Court. How about this? They go up to him, do you want to pack the court? I'm not going to answer that question. You know why? Because they don't ask it if he doesn't, me, it would be like, forget.
Wait, hold on. Did they not ask him or did he not answer it? Which one was it again?
I'm not going to answer that because I don't want to say. Oh, okay, good. Next question. Can you believe it? This is the essence of our country. We can't allow this to happen. And the other thing is, they don't ask the second. I put up a list of 45 great, brilliant, conservative, in our case, justices that go by the Constitution as written, etc., okay? So, he's got to put up the name of justices or judges, whoever he'd pick, to become a justice.
Why does he have to do that?
Not doing that. They're not asking that question. They don't ask. Did you see the NBC thing last week where they had an NBC town hall? It was designed for a child, okay? When I get in, they ask me things that nobody ever even contemplated could be thought of. This guy, they're asking him these questions. Nobody can believe it. In fact, NBC took a lot of heat. They took a lot of heat. Biden's agenda would be a catastrophe for Iowa seniors.
Back on the
Everybody knows
prompter.
that. For years, Biden tried to cut Social Security and Medicare. Do you remember that? You do know he wanted to cut your Social Security. And you
So let's just because we don't need to hear everything. Let me just isolate that to tell you what. So Trump says Biden wanted to cut Social Security and Medicare. Okay. There's video from 1993, which is now 27, almost 28 years ago, during which Biden was asked, would you take Social Security off the table a priori? And Biden said, no, I wouldn't a priori take it off the table. At no point does that mean Joe Biden wants to cut it. And it was 27 years ago. And obviously, Joe Biden's not running on that right now. So this is how these lies develop.
When they asked a question at the debate where the Democrats were up there, you had all these Democrats. They started off with 26. And in fact, I said, there's no way they picked Kamala because she treated him worse than anybody else. And her poll numbers were dropping like a rock, right? But they asked, who is going to give?
The crowd is silent. This guy looks like he needs to go to the bathroom. This guy looks like he may be completely catatonic. There's people who seem to be sleeping where every once in a while their heads pop up when they wake up. It's wild.
The hell they're asking. But do you remember his position? He was like this. Their hands are all up. We're going to give all our money away. Forget about all you people. That's a big crowd, by the way. Look at that. Show it, please. Turn those cameras, please. That's a beautiful crowd. That's beautiful. But remember, Joe, so he said...
All right, guys. So listen, I can tell because the audience is fading. We've lost about 15% of the viewers. People seem to have a sense of this town, of this rally. So I'm going to cut it here and not subject people to more of it. Tomorrow night, we will hopefully have some policy. I am going to be starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have the Trump town hall and the Biden town hall, certainly on YouTube, other platforms, ? Okay, guys? So I think this is probably enough for this evening. I appreciate everybody joining me. We will not subject anybody or myself to any more of this. Now,
for
what's Trump
47
doing?
years, he's got the itch because he's like...
Now Trump seems to be ridiculing some kind of spasm. I don't even know. That's it for tonight. We'll see everybody back here in about 23 hours. See you then.